What's up, kids? The darkness himself, Blackie Black Metal, back again. Promised with the better corpse paint job. Look at that shit, man. One of the best, I have to say, that I've done in a while. Came out really clean and nice. So now all I have to do is get up that money and get myself that Randy Rhoads set up there and get a band started. Be on my way, you know, with the whole
Bobby, look at Bobby, all in the movie. Yeah, in the movie, Bobby.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, he's got to probably go outside or something, but he always waits till I start a video to when I have to go pee-pee. But anyway, I'm sure all of you have all my followers on Twitter that are in the metal and everything have heard about the whole Varg getting arrested again situation. If you're not familiar with him, Varg Vikernes is the lead singer of one of the greatest black metal bands ever, Burzum and Mayhem. He went to prison for a couple of things in the early 90s, namely the murder of Euronymous, the lead guitarist of Mayhem. Apparently they had a little beef or whatnot, and they ended up getting into this whole situation where one was gonna kill the other, and according to the story Varg tells, Euronymous was out to kill him and plotting to kill him, and so he struck first and ended up killing Euronymous. Either way, Varg also was tried for some church burnings, a series of church burnings that happened in the early 90s in Norway, with this anti-Christian movement. You know, it was apparently a media thing, this media spun deal then with the black metal bands being anti-Christian to the degree of starting to burn down Christian churches in Norway. Of course, these people through ancestry are pagan. They're their original religion, I guess. What would you call it? Native religion or ancestral religion is Odinism, and a lot of things Varg has said as far as the historical aspect of conquest and the European ancestries thing with being non-Christian or being pagan or Odinist is true. It's very much true. These people were conquered, many centuries ago by Romans, who then forced Christianity upon them and changed entire, not just bloodlines of the country, but the religious beliefs of the country, or the native religious beliefs. But anyway, that's my own little take on Varg's situation there. Some of the stuff Varg says is right. I'm not too much with the whole neo-Nazi deal or whatever. Nazism in itself, it really, to me, I feel like nobody should be ashamed of being proud of their race or anything. Everybody, to a degree, feels like their race is the best or does something better than other people. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with being proud of, being Nordic or being your race, or pride in your race and any of that shit. But as far as the Naziistic aspect, if you really research it, the Nazis themselves use that as a the purity of race as a political ploy to basically get people to back anything that Hitler wanted backed. In the end, a lot of Germans suffered because of the policies of Nazism, not just socially, but economically, in all kinds of different ways. They forced all kinds of things upon people during Nazi occupation or during the Nazi period in Europe. I don't think a lot of the young people who get involved in that whole thing really realize that a lot of their grandparents will tell them the stories of what the Nazis came in and did, especially in Scandinavia. There was the real big thing in Scandinavia was a Lebensborn eugenics program, where basically they were snatching these kids up who were of pure Aryan blood and placing them with parents that they felt were purer than their natural parents. There were so many families that were split apart or basically humiliated. I mean, that's really a horrible thing to do, to take someone's child and, you know, place them with another family because you feel that family is purer than, you know, the family it came from. Just crazy Nazi stuff. If you ever want to, you know, get into actual realistic national socialism and the things that happened during the time of, what was it, around 1929 to about 1945, just, you know, look it up. There's the history's all there. There's a reason why even the people of Europe are, you know, largely anti-Nazi. You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, at the heart of it, you know, they want to unite the people. That's their whole, you know, thing. Just like any of these other groups that, you know, are, you know, the black people have the Nation of Islam, and, you know, the Native Americans have their shit, and all kind of people have their little groups. I'm sure the Asians have some kind of, you know, pride group or whatnot. But more or less, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But the aspect of what it becomes politically, it really becomes fascism, and fascism is not good in any sense of the word, you know. But anyway, I hate to wax political, but, you know, everybody talks about Varg's whole neo-Nazi thing, but that's my whole take on it. Being a, you know, a non-white black metal fan, I do, you know, understand what it is. That's my whole thing in liking the music to start with, is that I can identify with a lot of the I guess views, for lack of a better word, that some of these people have. Anyway, great bands, great old school black metal bands, Mayhem, Burzum, what else was another band involved in that? Anyway, I watched this documentary again today, Until the Light Takes Us. They talk about the whole situation of why Varg ended up in prison to start with, how the church burning stories got started, and who may have actually been responsible for the act of, you know, burning these churches down. Either way, Varg ended up going to prison for it also, along with the murder of Euronymous, the lead singer, or I'm sorry, lead guitarist of Mayhem. But anyway, Until the Light Takes Us is a really good documentary about how this second wave of black metal happened, more or less, and the bands that were the forefront of it, especially Varg and his story as an artist, not just the whole, you know, going to prison thing. And his account, actually he accounts out of his own mouth the actual night of Euronymous dying or whatnot, I guess being murdered, you want killed. I mean, I'm sure to have Varg tell the story, you know, was self-defense. He you know, more or less ended up killing Euronymous because Euronymous was plotting to kill him, or either way, you know, me tell it is just some dude who's seen the movie telling it. Watch the movie, Until the Light Takes Us. It was on Netflix for a long time. It may not be now. I know YouTube has some of those documentaries in pieces sometimes, or some people upload them and they'll be up there for like maybe a couple weeks at a time or something like that. Make sure you check that out. Until the Light Takes Us is total black metal. Dark Throne, Mayhem, Burzum. It's all there. They talk about everybody more or less, and the history behind this whole thing. Well, anyway, Varg is imprisoned right now because the French government apparently believes he was behind some kind of plot, either French or Norwegian government. I'm not even sure, but either way, I think it was French government, because he's currently living in France with his wife and 3 children. His wife is the owner of a shooting club or something like that, and some kind of world champion shooter rifle person or something like that. And you know, this is just from what I've read in the article. Apparently she purchased 4 rifles from some gun dealer or something, and Varg recently received mail from some extremist guy who's responsible for this whole massacre deal that happened in 2011. I think 77 people ended up dead. I have to kind of look more into it myself, but this whole thing is really crazy, just having, you know, jumped in there and heard what information I've heard. But anyway, the government there snatched Varg up and is holding him in prison because they feel like his wife making the purchase of the 4 rifles may have something to do with some plotting or planning of some new massacre that he himself may be involved in. It is really crazy that people or governments would have the power to do something like that just on pure suspicion. I mean, what? Just because and then to hear it told out of Varg's mouth, he doesn't even know this particular guy. The guy, likes how outspoken Varg's always been politically, as far as how he feels about the state of Europe and their current, immigration problem. But I guess more or less to hear Varg tell it, he's definitely not having anything to do with this dude. Varg more or less has been quoted as saying that, what kind of nationalist would kill the people or spill the blood of his own nation, the very people that he's working to preserve. Why would he kill them? Why would he kill his own people for his cause? Which, you're basically working backwards there. So that's an excellent point Varg had there. I definitely do believe that Varg is likely, having spent 21 years in prison for murder and the church bombings, I doubt he's trying to do anything soon to end up back in prison for God knows how long you would get for something that would have anything to do with a massacre. You definitely can probably get more than 21 years. But in 21 years, really, Norwegian law, you murder someone, the maximum penalty at the time, I believe this was 93, 21 years. Insane. Virtually, like 21 years over here, that's like, what? 21, that's it? 21. Either way, Varg did the 21 years. He everybody knows his political stance and everything with the whole nationalism and everything. Personally, I don't, it's Norway. To a degree there may be some, I don't know. Somebody's got to have something. Everybody's got to have some kind of, country or nation or something where, they got what they want there. That's just the truth of it. People would stop bitching if everybody got their little piece of their little pie. We got to have countries like the United States where everything comes together, but we also got to have countries where there's just these people and those people, so that everybody's happy. I really have nothing against Varg or his stance as far as nationalism goes. I feel like a lot of the things he says about the idealism of it is really awesome. That's okay. Like I would love to see a Norway that is like what the covers of the Burzum albums are. How those really cool looking like landscapes and forestscapes and all that, really like some of the imagery on the Burzum albums have been just absolutely just beautiful art. That's another thing you should look into, even if you don't even like Burzum or anything. I love Burzum, excellent black metal band again. But make sure you check out those cover arts. It's really beautiful cover art. I don't know, I think it's the same artist that does a lot of them, but I'll make sure I look that up and mention it in another video. But anyway, apparently Varg has absolutely nothing to do with this whole political blow up here. They need to let him go. They're really being kind of silly by just snatching up somebody who's famous and may possibly have something to do with something. It's really sensationalist, and it's stupid. Just let him go. I feel like ultimately, you got to have somebody do something or have some proof or physical evidence of them being involved or executing something before you imprison them anyway. So FreeVarg Vikernes, it's silly. Let it go. It's over with. He may have done what he did. He did his time. Leave him alone. Anyway, make sure you look into this stuff. It's on Twitter, #free hashtag. I'm sorry, I'm fucking it up. #FreeVarg. A lot of people are talking about it. Make sure you look it up. Excellent band, Burzum, and also Mayhem. Second wave black metal bands. Make sure you check them out. Anyway, I'm gonna bomb in here soon with another video on something else, but I'll try and get some Twitter shit. I've been always talking about that in the past couple videos. But anyway, hail metal, hail Varg Vikernes, free fucking Varg Vikernes. He's not a criminal, and hail black metal.